Respected friends, welcome for another day of our effort to study and understand these three great texts of Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana and Adi Shankara's Prashnottara Ratnamalika, as well as our Sankshipta Skanda Puranam. In Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, ninth what is that? Sarga of third, Utpatthi Prakaranam, Utpatthi. In this, the subject that's discussed is PARAMA VARNANAM, the supreme cause, the Brahman, is Varnita described in all its Tatastha Lakshanas as found in all other Shastras as given by all the visionaries, the rishis, the great realized saints. Repeated studying of this topic gives us a chance to comprehend that reality, though it is incomprehensible by any faculties, because it is the subject itself, not the object. Right? Beautiful descriptions. Yesterday we saw half of them remaining when we see today. Maybe this sarga will be done. Prashnottara Ratnamalika 2 has great Prashnottaras that are happening. Half of them, maybe little lesser than that, we could see. Shall we try? Start with our Mangalacharana shlokas for 3-4 minutes to invoke the Krupa of all Gurus Devadas, Vishesha Rupena, the Gurus of this Grantha, so that we are able to do this study without any problem, obstruction, with full perfection, fulfilling the purpose. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahanavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yerime Gurubhihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatāः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषये भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने. तस्मै श्री गुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे. विश्वामित्र मुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्. तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतम गुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः. पूर्णानंद स्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलं शिष्यभावं वितेने यस्संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यासादि ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञ याग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः शाश्वत रूपेण सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवत देवता गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम् अमंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे अवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम परम कारण वर्णन नाम नवमः सर्गः। ओम श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच ओम श्री रामचंद्र उवाच ओम yeah, we have seen up to the mantra 60 absolutely 60 onwards. Let us chant up to 65. Let us try to see the meaning. Om Ata Sri Vasishtha Uvacha. What is the subject under discussion? Paramakarana is Parabrahma, the Varnana of Parabrahma as experienced by the sages. Each of these Varnana becomes a means for us trying to understand what it looks like, and always it is beyond the ordinary experiences of this world by and with these faculties. Totally opposite, in fact. 68th onwards I am chanting. Spanda spandamayi yasya pavanasyeva sarvaga sattanam naiva bhinneva vyavaharan navastutah sarvadaiva prabuddho yah sukto yah sarvadaiva cha न सुप्तो न प्रबुद्धश्च यः सर्वत्रैव सर्वदा यत् अस्पन्दं शिवं शान्तं यत् स्पन्दं त्रिजगत् स्थितिः स्पन्दास्पन्दविलासात्मा य एको भरिताकृतिः आमोद इव पुष्पेषु न नश्यति विनाशिषु प्रत्यक्षस्थोऽप्यथा ग्राह्यः शौक्यं शुक्लपटे यथा मूकोपमोऽपि यो मूको मन्तायोऽप्युपलोपमः यो भोक्ता नित्यतृप्तोऽपि कर्ता यश्चाप्यकिञ्चनः यो नङ्गोऽपि समस्ताङ्गः सहस्रकरलोचनः न किञ्चित् संस्थितेनापि येन व्याप्तमिदं जगत्. We have chanted 5-6 mantras one by one. Let us see 60th mein what is said. Spanda spandamayi yasya pavanasya iva sarvaga satta namna eva bhinna iva vyavaharat na vastutah. So sarvagaha means all those things that are there, they are all when this Paramatma in him through Maya, when Spanda happens, it is there. And then Aspandamayi, when the Spanda is not there, it is not there. One. Second, Satna Namna Eva, Bhinna Eva. Satta Namna Eva means basically it is Satta only, pure existence only. Okay? Satta Namna Eva. At that same time of being Satta, it is one homogeneous Sat. Because two Sattas, two types of Sattas cannot be. If one has to be Satta, the other has to be Asatta only. So it is not there. Sat, if it is one only. Therefore, Satta Namna Eva, one, when it is in its own state. Then Bhinna Eva, when in the Spandamaya Sthiti, Bhinna Iva. Okay, it appears to be in many rupas. Bhinna Iva. Where it is Bhinna Vyavaharat. So at the time of Spandana, Bhinna Iva, that is the time when the Vyavahara is going on. But Vastutaha, in its essential state, the Spanda Sthiti, Abhinna Sthiti, Eka Sthiti, Eka Satta Sthiti. It is this Paramatma. So, Satta Namna Eva, Bhinna Iva, Vyavaharat, Navastuta. This is what is the crux of Vedantic thought about the Paramatma. Vastutaha it is Abhinna. As Mula Eka Karana Abhinna. And one without second cause of every, projections you are seeing as many as. And the two examples is, one is seeing snake. For that snake's hood, snake's tail, snake's fangs, for all of them, one without second, rope only is the substrat. One example. Other is, five people are seeing five things. One is seeing snake, other is seeing the pipe, other is seeing the bhuchidra, another is seeing is a jaladhara, one is seeing flower garland. But to all the five of them, the substratum is one rope only. Understood? Or 100 trees, but the support of all of them is one earth only. With all these examples, the main meaning we should try to catch. That as the support substratum, satta, it is one only. But at the kalpanika sthiti, because of spandana, at the vyavahara kala, it is bhinna. So what is it to be caught? The bhinnata is only in vyavahariki. Bhinnata is not vastavi. Therefore, in that kalpanika vyavaharika bhinnata, whatever vyavahara has to be done, do it. Be attentive. Why do you give it vastavikata? Just like a stream of cinema actors or stage play actors. Only at the time of the action, they are kalpanika bhinnata. That's all, no? When they come off the stage, do they still remember that you are villain, I am the hero, even here also let us fight? We are doing that only. What is kalpanika? We are trying to make it Vastavika. That delusion is the cause of all dukkha, all samsara. That is a truth brought out through this shloka if we can catch. Narayana सत्ता नामना इव भिन्ना इव व्यवहारात न वस्तुतः. व्यवहार में ही भिन्नता है, वस्तुतः द अधिष्ठान इज एक ओनली. Try to feel the meaning of it. So in that vyavahara, all the relations are there, all the actions are there, all perceptions are there, responses are there. Sara vyavahara. At that time, the Spandita Paramatma only, appearing brilliantly in so many forms. Enjoy it. Be entertained in that. But be careful. It's not Vastava. In Vastava, the Vastu is one only. See? That's how now in many cases you see the example now, the rolled gold ornament is more glitterous than the original gold. Do you see? So to the Kalpita Dvaita is more charming, enchanting to a non-thinker. A thinker says it is maybe so much enchanting, but it is not real. It is not real is the basic point. Let it appear to be very charming. That's the power of Maya, which decorates the projected in so many ways, alluring us, attracting us, tempting us, and etc. The wise person knows, isn't it? In Vyavahara also, so many hotels are there. Very low quality, very high quality, middle. An intelligent person knows in the low quality hotel, for whatever reason, the items used are not good. So, because it's very cheap, I should not go for it. My health will be spoiled. In the high quality hostels, it's only show off that they charge 1500 rupees per meal the other day. It's 1500 way, the 1300 is for all the natanki only what they present, which we don't eat nor we take home. The food price is 200 only. There is a middle class type hotel where they charge 200. It is neither ugly like the earlier nor so decent or so look wise great like the other. But my stomach is filled with very good food and I can afford it. He goes for that wise person. In the same way, in life also, all the glittering, enchanting duality, a wise person doesn't get attracted. He involves to the extent required for vyavahar. More than that, it doesn't give vastavikata to anything. Beautiful to any relation, to any activities, to any results, to any experiences. Like the relation is, let us say, the child. Activity is bringing him up. The result is either he is greatly successful, the son, or he is not successful, a failure. Successful, sukha. Failure, dukkha. He will not go through that. Because in Vyavahara, he tried his best. What has to happen? He doesn't give it so real. I gave him all the things required. He did his best, so therefore he has shined out. He is great now. My son is collector, not because I made him, I provided him Vyavahar में जो करना है, वो बना है. And even I am not so excited. There are so many collectors come and go. The other fellow is utter failure. Yeah, I provided my best in Vyavahara. It is not his fault also. He tried his best or he could not. Maybe in next life he will do. That also doesn't bother me. There are so many who are also failures is not the holy one. In the either case, I don't give so much reality. See that the well composed, balanced. And little more is he is also mindful about the reality substratum behind the successful person, failure son, and himself. One only is playing. That's what Krishna teaches Arjuna. In me the same Lord, in you the same Lord, in Bhishma same Lord, in Duryodhana also same Lord. In the expression, Duryodhana may be dushta, Bhishma may be respectful to you, and you are you, and you have that value for me. It's all vyavaharik. Paramarthika, all are one. Don't mix it up also. Don't as make the vyavahar. Next one, 61. Sarvadaiva prabuddho yaha supto yaha sarvadaiva cha na supto na prabuddhascha yaha sarvatra iva sarvada. See the twisting, seeming, and a confusing type of sentences. Through these only we get the intuitive power to apprehend that which is beyond even intellect's understanding. That's the way the Vedanta is taught, is studied at the higher level. This is the highest text. Yoga Vaashishtha Ramayana is not class 1, class 5, class 10th text. It's post-graduation text. It's even little more the PhD text only, not only PG. That will be having the language like this. We have no knowledge, but we are trying. We are trying not because we have the ability. We are trying because when we try, we may be blessed with the ability. And that is our mischievous faith in the Lord and the Guru. Anyway, we are studying your text with all our buddha, useless mind, intellect, in your own interest. Empower our mind, intellect to be able to understand this subtle text. That's what we are doing from last more than 400 days. कितने दिन हुए? 385 नहीं, how many days? 403rd day today. 400 दिन हो गए योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण का. अभी चलता रहेगा, 2000 दिन हो जाएंगे. अभी 400 हो गए ना. See, one point is sarvada eva prabuddha yaha. This Brahman is always awakened because it is of the nature of pure consciousness. The consciousness in you and me, it never sleeps. When we, the Upadhi Sthai Jiva, is at the Nidra Sthai, called as we are going through the Prajna Sthiti. That I slept. When we report, when we wake up, it is because at the time of sleeping, that non-sleeping Prabuddha conscious self was awakened. That is why we are able to say, I slept at that time. Therefore, he is Sarvada Eva Prabuddha. Waking and dream we know. In the light of that consciousness only, that the Jagrat Swapna Avastha, everything is happening. Like throughout the day under sunlight, so many things we do, whether we are aware or not, in the light of the sun. We may not even recognize it sometimes. कभी कभी 10 दिन तक हम भगवान सूर्य का बात भी नहीं करते हो. But still the Surya Bhagavan is going on giving light throughout the day in the light of whom we are working. The same way, whole life we may not become aware of the awareness. But in the awareness only, we are doing everything Jagra Sapna Sushupti. So that awareness is ever awakened. That's the meaning of Yaha Sarvada Eva Prabuddha. Then Yaha Suptaha Sarvada Eva. And also is slept. In what? That pure consciousness in him. There is absolute absence of the Jagra Sapna Sushupti three avasthas. In that way, he is slept to these three avasthas. That's what Ya Nisha Sarvabhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami. Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Munehe. As we seen Gita second chapter, Sthita Prajna Lakshanas. He is awakened to the self to which others are sleeping. And he is sleeping to the delusory Jagat. how Jagra Swapna, two others are awakened. Even Sushuptivit Avidya and Vasanas. So, Sarvada eva Prabuddhaha, and also he is Asuptayaha Sarvada evach. In impurely, when you apprehend him, these are not there. When these three are there, he has not disappeared. He is illuminating them. Third, Nasupto na Prabuddhascha. Here, Nasupta is, he is not a Prajna. Na Prabuddhaha is not even the Vishwa and Taijasa. Prajna is when we sleep, we are called as. Taijasa is we when we are in dream. Vishwa are the wakers. So Nasuptaha na Prabuddha means he is neither the Supta, Prajna nor Prabuddha, Vishwa Taijasa. So Supto na Prabuddha cha, then Yaha Sarvatra eva Sarvada. Sarvada always. Sarvatra means in all states of experiences and in every experience and in every aspect of the experience. An experience is an experience when there are three things: experience da, experience sar, experiencing. In each, the continuous series of the experiences is called life, which we go through. He is there always. दृष्टा में वो है, दृश्य में वो है, darshan में भी वो है. That's the meaning of sarvatra sarvada. Because if he is not there, they are not there. Like the drusha is there or not, yeah, that isness is Parama. Drashta is there or not, yeah, it is Parama. Is the darshanam there? Yeah, that is Parama. So on that Parama only, drashta, darshana, drashya, superimposed. Therefore, he is always. So, yeah, prabuddhaha, suptaha, na prabuddhaha, na suptaha, sarvatra sarvada. See the four different standpoints. Like in the chapter 9, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat, avyaktamurtina, Vastani sarvabhutani, na chahanti ishvavastitaha, na chavastha. I am pure consciousness, therefore ever awakened. In me the three avasthas are not there, therefore I am slept. Neither I am the sleeping prajna, nor I am the jagrat vishwa, nor the dreaming taijasa. Who are you then? If you ask me, I am everywhere there, every time there. On me, everywhere there, every time there is the time and place, and thereafter entire Upanama, which you call as Jagat, are projected out of Maya, out of ignorance. They are never there, projected. And in the projection, the Vyavahara is going on. Like in a cinema, projection hai, he's a hero villain. Vyavahar chal raha hai. Isn't it? Two friends. This is only projection. तो जब तक टिकेगा तब तक व्यवहार चल रहा है ना. In that project, एक दिन लड़ गए तो then they become शत्रु. That's also projection. But Vyavahar is going on. People with Shatruta for one small item, for years together, they don't even look at each other. They are neighbors. Sometimes they stay in same house. Father, son. Yesterday or day before we studied in our Skanda Purana, Kalyug kaisa rehta hai. That was being told to Yudhishthirji, Vyasji. Very interesting topic it was. See, when we are studying it in this light, at least some ideas are coming. Sometimes it is very new, fresh for some. For others, it's repetition. For others, more confirmation. Oh, what we studied in other Upanishads, the same thing Vaashishtha also is confirming about the reality. Correct? The one more shloka, बहुत बढ़िया है. यदस्पंदम शिवम शांतम यत् स्पंदम त्रिजगत स्थितिः स्पंदास्पंद विलासात्मा ये एको भरिताकृतिः. See, यद अस्पंदम शिवम शांत. When there is no spandana in it, it is Shiva Swarupa, Shanta Swarupa. Na? Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Savigneyaha. Mandukya Upanishad. Agava Prakarana, 7th mantra, about the Atma Tattva, Turiya Tattva. Yet aspandam, when there is no influence of spandana in that Paramatma Tattva, परमात्मा में स्पंदन नहीं होता। माया के कारण परमात्मा का दृष्टि हमारे नजर में स्पंदित होता। At that time, when there is no spandana, Shivam Shantam. Shivam Mangalaprada Shantam, absolute peace, bliss. Same thing, Yat Spandam, Yada Spandam Shiva Shantam, Yat Spandam, when the spandana happens in it, three Jagat Sthiti. The three Jagat are Jagara Sapna Sushupti. Three Jagat Sthiti. Spandana Kalme. Spanda Spanda Vilasa Atma. He is the self who plays the Vilasa of Spanda as a Jagatri, as Spanda in himself. Spanda Samaya, the immanent Trijagatu. Aspanda Samaya, transcendental, one without second self. Both are his vilas. अपने आप में रहते हैं, त्रिजगत के रूप में व्यक्त होते हैं. Both are his vilas. It's only a play. Vilasati. Vilasa means its own exuberance, his own enjoyment, his own entertainment. है ना, जिसके पास बहुत पैसे थे ना उसको उड़ाता है. That's called विलास. All of that is धन विलास. कोई पावर का विलास करता है. As long as he is in power, he will talk rough and tough. Thereafter, he will be caught by police. All that, or the next government, whichever forms. All of that is अहंकार विलास, पद विलास, धन विलास. ये परमात्मा का चित विलास. Parama Guru Tapon Maharajas, one of them is Chidvilas. They say, Chipukutti Chidvilasa, Paramaguru Tapon Maharaj. Chidvilasa, the Vilas of the Chit Paramatma. Spanda just appears as a Tri Jagat. Aspanda, pure consciousness, one without second. Both are Vilas. Spanda, Spanda Vilas Atma, Yaha Ekaha. He is one. Bharita Akriti, and all the Akaras are supported by him. Itself proves that he has none of his own Akar. And we are able to mold gold into so many Akara because the gold has none of any Akar. Mud into pots, so many Akara because mud has no Akar. Water has no Akar. That's why the waves, bubbles, ripples, all of that. Pure consciousness has no Akara. Therefore, in that three Jagata can be Kalpita. Bharita Akriti. Ekaha Bharita Akriti is one without second, and it is the one which is supporting all Akriti means all millions of multiplications, multiplicities which you see. Ekaha Bharita Akriti. Beautiful, huh? That ability, little to go deeper, subtler, to try to intellectually understand the meaning of sentence. Then contemplation में उस intellectually समझी हुई बात को देखने का कोशिश कि that pure self always remaining same, yet on it only the three avasthas are playing the play without themselves being real, without the self being disturbed or modified. ये कहा but bharita akriti is one without second, unchanging, unmoving, yet bharita akriti, all the akaras are bharita supported by it only. It has not become many akaras supporting all of that. And for whom? For the one who is under the influence of the upadhis. For the Ishvara it's Maya upadhi, but it is in his control. Therefore he sees many, yet he knows he is one. Therefore there is no problem to Ishvara. For us, the upadhi is avidya. Therefore many we see give reality to it, forget that eka, which is bharita supporting akruti, all multiplicities. Our job is to become so calm, quiet, subtler inside to be able to apprehend one which is supporting all the upadhis, all workings, functionings of the upadhis. Now, one thing throughout life you have to remember, when our attention is on this, that is not reached. When we withdraw from our attention from this, that is reached. Having reached it, established in it, Staying in it, we can play the play of these without losing our Lat identity. That's called Jivan Mukta, playing the play. We are all Baddha, not playing the play but getting the kicks. As a samsari dukhi jiva. Right? Now the next mantra number 63. These things will come again and again, so plenty of times will be reminded of this. More refined way, with more stories, logics, we will be explained. Even उपमाना उदाहरण enjoy करते हैं. चलो 63वां श्लोक. आमोदैव पुष्पेषु न नश्यति विनाशिषो प्रत्यक्षस्थोऽप्यथाग्राह्यः Shlaukyam, Shauklyam, Shuklapate Yatha. How many things? See, even these 8 mantras only 30, 40. The Lakshanas of that Paramatma Tattva for our apprehension are given. Tatastha Lakshanas. Not the direct Lakshanas. Tatastha Lakshana. Direct Lakshana is only Sat Chit Ananda. Now, example देते हैं पहले. Amoda iva pushpesh. Amoda is fragrance of the flowers. As they blossom in the morning, in the bud, when you touch it, that fragrance you won't see. As it's blossoming by 7:38, 8:30, amoda. By the evening, where is that amoda? It won't smell as it was in the morning. Nash ho gaya. Amoda of the pushpa is nashta, nashita, by evening. In that way, he is not the nashavan. In the vinashishu. Beautiful, na? This mantra comes 3 times in Gita. Avinashitu tadviddi yena sarvamidam tatam. Vinasham avyasyasya nakaschit kartum arhati. Our next mantra in Gita. 17th one after exhausted studying the 16th with long bhashya which we'll see tomorrow day after in Hindi or morning class. Next shloka. Nashyatsu na vinashyati. In all the Upanishads, this is called that he is the imperishable in the all perishable. Nityo anityanam so chetanah chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kama tamatmastamenu pashyanti dhiraha. Nashyatsu na vinashyat. In the perishable, he is the supporting imperishable. That is what he said. Amodaiva pushpeshu na nashyati vinashishu. When the perishable are perishing, the imperishable substratum supporting that will not perish. That's what Gita. Tata dehantara prapti or jivasamsi jirnani. Tatha vihaya navani grandati. Tata sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani sayyat. Yaad rakhna फिर से. What gets destroyed is the superimposed Rupanama. It has to, because it is superimposed. But Rupanama is superimposed on that. And what? The substratum. It never goes. So, like the fragrance of the flower goes away, the supporting self-substratum never goes away. And on that substratum, whatever superimposed, that gets destroyed. Gold never goes away. The superimposed, the ornament shapes go away. By the nature or when you melt them, etc. Substratum remains. Good, no? The first one is Amodeva Pushpeshu na nashyati vinashyati. Second line now, Pratyakshastha api atha agrahya. Pratyaksha he alone is, but yet he is agrahya. Because he is not catchable by any upadhis of indriyas and antakkara. And we think and we are habituated to see and have knowledge and believe that it is real of those which are perceived through the upadhis. There hum dhoka kha rahe. Pratyaksha api atha agrahya. That's what we have studied in this very text in the beginning. Yoga Vaashishtha mein. In the second of the Prakaranas, Mumuksha Vyavahara mein, 2-3 baar it was explained. Even in Paribhashas of Vedanta, what he said is, Tatra Pratyaksham Chaitanyam Eva. What every moment, every one of us are seeing, experiencing is Chaitanyam only. but misinterpreted as the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha by the Indriyas, misinterpreted as feelings by the mind, misinterpreted as the ideas, etc. by the intellect. But what we are experiencing is Chaitanyam only, all the time. Tatra pratyaksham Chaitanyameva. See that whatever is, because everything is Brahman, Brahman is Chit Swarupa, so you are seeing Chit only, but misinterpreted. It is that pratyaksha api atha agrahyaha. Still can't be grahya by the upadhis. Then what do you mean by this? The upadhis with which do the grahanam of all the rupa nama. When that upadhis are given up, the pratyaksha anubhuti of the Paramatma happens. That it is me. That is the sadhana here. Why pratyaksha फिर भी परमात्मा अग्राह्य है? Because he is not that which is comprehensible by upadhis. Then what to do? Transcend the upadhis. Not like in nidra, but consciously. Then what you experience is the Chaitanya only. These are all such sublime truths. We have to become deep in our contemplation, subtle in our intellect to catch these truths. Like with the higher mathematics, if I have to catch, I have to prepare in that math subject to that level, isn't it? If higher physics, you have to study. And then the atomic physics or nuclear physics, they are not just ordinary subjects of physics. I have to qualify for it. Every subject has its own grosser and subtler aspects. Medicine. The medicine is very vast, oceanic, and is a very deep subject is there in it. If I have to know it, I have to prepare for that study. So to this is a subtle Vedanta. For that, we have to prepare ourselves to comprehend it. That's the exercise. That's the preparation we have to do. And good ना, हम जब ब्रह्म विद्या का ज्ञान और अनुभव पाने के लिए तैयार होकर उसको पाते हैं तो सारा मिथ्या मिथ्या के रूप में पता चलेगा, पोल खुल गया. Then what can delude us? What is deluding is our own delusion, our own ignorance. When we prepare and get the knowledge, no ignorance, no delusion. Nothing can cheat us. You can never become miserable. चाह कर भी खुश जैसे नहीं हो सकते when we are ignorant, deluded. चाह कर भी we cannot become miserable when we awaken to that. This is the knowledge to which we have to awaken, for which we have to make our manabuddhi prepared. Our regular class attending, our study, our contemplation, our upasana to Guru Daiva to make us qualified are the means which make us qualified. Think about it, friends. So, amodaiva pushpeshu na nashyati vinashishu. It never gets destroyed like the smell gets destroyed when the flower gets destroyed. It never gets destroyed when the destroyable superimposed names and forms gets destroyed. That is the meaning of when the body dies, I, the conscious self, do not die. All that. Second line was pratyakshastha api atha agrahyaha. Atha agra. Though it is pratyaksha, but still agrahya by the upadhis. Drop the upadhi in the nirupadhikasthai. That alone is pratyaksha anubhav. The next line is so beautiful. Example. Shauklyam shukla pateyata. You have a cloth in front of you. It is white. Now you can never see any white or blue color without some support behind. It should be a painting, it should be a chalk piece, or it should be something in which the cloth is there, in which that color is there. The shuklata of the pata on the pata cannot be seen without the pata behind. Means what? The self is apprehendable at the upadhis level only when it is reflecting in the form of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. Like the colors are seen by us only when they are having some substratum behind. The whiteness of the cloth, white cloth, cannot be seen just like that. Just like the light you can't see. We can never see the light. What we see is the reflection of the light only. Isn't it? That's the power. Like I am seeing this pen. If the two things are what? Nobody could see the pen in life. What they see is the reflection of light on the pen only. Neither light can be nakedly seen, nor anybody can see the pen without the light. We are seeing the reflection of the light in the pen and we are apprehending it as a pen. We are holding, we are using. Vyavahar chal raha hai. But otherwise, nobody can touch or taste any object by itself unless the particular light falls on it. That is what is said by here. Shaukulyam Shuklapate Yatha. The whiteness of the white cloth cannot be seen. Just like that. It needs to have the cloth behind to support the whiteness for us to see. So to the Paramatma, Pratyaksha Rupena to see, you have to go beyond your Upadhis. Otherwise, what you are seeing is Paramatma only, but misinterpreted as Shabda Sparsha Prasagandha by our own Indriyas of Shrotra, Tak, Chakshu, Rasana, Grana, so to Manabuddhi. Then the next one, 64th. कहते हैं मूकोपमोऽपि यो मूकः मन्ता योऽप्युपलोपमः यो भोक्ता नित्यतृप्तोऽपि कर्ता यश्चाप्यकिञ्चनः. अद्भुत श्लोक है ना. What is it? Mooka upamaha api yaha amukaha. He is absolutely dumb. Because in pure Paramatma, there is no mouth for him to speak and there are no words. And there is no word to be named with these words. कोई जगत नहीं है जिसका नाम हो सकता है, कोई शब्द नहीं है जिसका उच्चारण हो सकता है, जो वाणी नहीं है जो उस शब्द का उच्चारण कर सकता है. Yet, whenever there are the mouths uttering the words indicating some objects, object cannot be, the sound cannot be, the speaker cannot be without him as substratum. Therefore, he alone is speaking through them. This is what, like yesterday also we saw in the same text, we have chanted that mantra today in our morning, Shvetashvatara Upanishad also. कि अपाणिपादो जवनो ग्रहीता पश्यत्य चक्षुः सशृणोत्य करना. No hands and legs, but still he walks and holds. He has no eyes, but he sees. He listens, but he has no ears. He has no mouth, but he tastes. And there, Chakshu Karna is said. Vani is not said. Here he is saying Vani. That's the intelligence of Vaashishtha ji. That already what is said in Upanishad. Same thing he is saying here, but those examples he is not giving. Here his new examples he is giving. So he is complementing the Upanishads and he is titoing the Upanishads. Because Upanishads are the ultimate truth. Saha ya mukaha api amukaha. Muka in his transcendental form. Amukaha, he speaks because it is he in his whose presence all speech is happening. Speaker, speaking, spoken. All of them are in his presence only. Yo muka upamaha api ya amukaha. Same yaha manta yaha api upalopamaha. He is like a stone, upalaha. Absolutely immobile, movementless. Yet through the mind, he alone is doing the manana. In him there is no mind, so there are no thoughts. He is like upala, like a stone, has no mind, it never gets thoughts. है ना, जड़ वस्तु है. अगर उसमें थॉट होता है वो कुर्सी भाग जाती है हमको देखकर, इतना वजन वाला आ रहा है बैठने को. So he by himself upalopamaha, like a stone, non-thinker, because in him there is no mind. That is the meaning of pashyatya chakshu shrunatya karana or yan manasa namanute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahma ityadin kenopanishad. But wherever the thoughts are happening in the mind, it is in his presence. है ना? The thinker, for him, the mind should be there behind. It's other consciousness. The thinker using his thinking mind, behind the mind he is there. And the mind is doing the thinking kriya, behind that vritti is also the same self has to be there. Therefore, muka upala upamaha yet manta. है ना? अमुकः yet mukaha. Mukaha yet amukaha. So, yaha mukaha upamapi amukaha pantayaha api upalopamaha. Then the next one is yo bhokta nitya trupto. He is nitya trupta because he is infinite. Therefore, in him, he needs not to do any karma, nor he needs to become any karta for it, nor any karma phala. He has to enjoy to become bhokta. But wherever the Karta Bhokta are there, it is he alone behind. That's why Bhoktaram Yagnatavasam Sarvalokam Aheshwaram, 5th chapter, last lokam Gita. Yo Bhokta Nitya Truptopi. He is Nitya Trupta. Still, because he is Nitya Trupta, he need not become Bhokta. But wherever Bhoktu Bhavas are experienced by any individualities, the conscious self has to be behind there. Therefore, he alone is actual Bhokta. But himself, in him, there is no Bhoktruta. This is how the self transcendentally has to be apprehended, and immanently it is his presence because of which all are happening. We have to find it. Immanent presence of the Lord like that. Or intellectual. व्यवहार में मैं ही भोजन कर रहा हूँ, मैं ही चल रहा हूँ, मैं ही काम कर रहा हूँ, मैं ही बोल रहा हूँ, ये सब हम कहते हैं. But without the conscious self, can you do? No. Therefore, actually, who is the doer? He. But you go to the conscious self, is he having any equipments in him to do any action? No. That is a transcendental state. It is immanent. So, yo bhokta nityatrupto. And the last one, kartayah cha bhi akinchana. अकिंचना कुछ भी वो करते नहीं, लेकिन जहां जहां कहीं भी कर्म हो रहा है, छोटे से छोटा लेकर बड़े से बड़ा, he alone is there behind. Therefore, he is the karta. So if a mosquito is sucking a blood, in that the conscious self has to be there. Therefore, that Bhagavan only is allowing that mosquito to do so. If a tiger is chasing and killing a deer, in that the tiger, the pure Paramatma has to be there, then only it is able to do. But in Paramatma, there is no tiger, there is no hunger. He need not run and chase and kill any deer. These standpoints we have to understand. They appear to be tough for us because we have just started. Like the higher mathematics is tough to me because just 1 week only I have joined the classes. When I study for 2-3 months, I get an idea. Same way, to get into the understanding of Vedanta, at least 2-3 janmas it will take. Wherein every janma, every day we are listening for 40-50 years. That's minimum, isn't it? Because we are not here always in this Vedantic Vicharana. Na? Immediately we are jumping into the other relative world and creating those habits and vasanas. उसको नकारते हुए इस ज्ञान को अंदर दृढ़ बनाना है तो फिर उतना समय मिनिमम लगता है. Every day. For anyone, no exception, no reservations. In the same way, yo bhokta nityatruptopi kartaya chapi akinchanaha. Then the next sloka, yaha anangopi samastangaha sahasrakaralochanaha nakinchit samstitenapi yena vyaptamidam jagatu. देखो, anangaha api samastang. He himself has no anga limbs, but all limbs belong to him. He is sahasrakara saharalochanaha. Thousands of hands, thousands of eyes. No, sahasra shirsha purusha sahasraksha sahasrabhat. That is the mantra here. न किंचित संस्थितेनापि येन व्याप्तमिदं jagat. In him there is nothing. न किंचित. He himself is there. But when you see the jagat, it is he only by whom the whole jagat is vyapta. See, akandamandalakaram yena vyaptamidam jagat vyaptam yena charachar. This sloka 60, Narayana 5 onwards, we will study tomorrow. Itna kafi hai na per day. Because each sloka has got four lakshanas explained of the Paramatma Tattva. 5 into 4, 20 we have seen. 20 or 16. बस उन्हीं को थोड़ा comprehend या contemplate करो, become deeper in that knowledge. That's good. In this way, maybe 2-3 days we'll do this. Sarga, thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Tatsat Brahmarvanamastu. Come to study Adi Shankara's Grantha.